Number two, it helps us and them grow and become better. It's an act of love. So to have real change in a person's life, you and I need to know the importance of dealing with conflict. We need to approach people and talk to them in love and reveal certain things that have been committed that are wrong and disobedient and sinful in their lives, that are hurting, besides hurting you, maybe hurting others. And you need to confront it. And you need to talk to them in love and concern for them, because dealing with conflict is an act of love to others. You know, I want to tell you that even if we have committed something wrong to someone else, and if there are people who will confront you or give you the truth, I'll tell you, those people truly care about you. Do you believe that? I believe your real friends are truth tellers. People who tell you the truth about who you are. You see, there are people who are friends, no matter what you do, no matter how destructive you are, they will say, okay, you're cool, man. Even though you're going to hell. But I tell you, the real friend is someone who cares for you enough to tell you the truth. And so in Proverbs 27 verse 5, it says, better is open rebuke than hidden love. Those people who rebuke you at times and correct you, and you may feel, hey, this guy is always in my face, telling me what I have done wrong. But sometimes that is something good. And sometimes we need to surround ourselves with truth tellers. People who reveal some things that we really need to know. Because sometimes we may grow up with some bad attitudes and sinful practices that we are blindsided of. I wonder, have you ever been blindsided about yourself? That we don't see our own faults anymore. We don't realize that certain things that we do may be hurting somebody else or damaging the relationships that we are in. And so we continue to do them until somebody who cares enough would come and point a finger and tell you, hey, you are doing something that is wrong. You need to stop that before you damage the relationships that you have. Are you with me here? And so better is open rebuke than hidden love. People in the world today, they don't like rebuke. They don't like anything that is hurtful, painful, makes them uncomfortable. We live in a world that wants their comfort at any cost, to the point that they only want, very, very nice words being spoken to them rather than someone who rebukes them. Give us encouragement. Tell us nice things, things that tickle our ears. Don't talk about rebuke. But here it says, better is open rebuke than hidden love. Proverbs 28:23 says this, whoever rebukes a person will in the end gain favor rather than one who has a flattering tongue. Even when there are times when correction is needed, correction is never given. I want to tell you something. Sometimes we encounter families with children. And these little children sometimes in their young age would sometimes get into attitudes of tantrums and rebellion and throw fits of rage or just roll on the floor and be unruly when they want something. You know what I'm talking about? Small kids, young kids, right? When they want something, what do? They roll on the ground, scream, cry, shout, and they throw a tantrum. I want that toy. I want that candy. I want what that boy has. And so you know what some parents do, just for the sake of making the child stop crying, just for the sake of letting the child be at peace and harmony. Just for the sake of peace and quiet. Sige na anak. Here's the candy. Here's the toy. Or they'll tell the other brother, can you give him your toy for a little while so he will stop crying? Have you ever seen that happen? You never seen that happen? Yeah. Are you with me here? Have you seen that happen, Brother Mon? Because they've not seen that happen. And so what we do is we are rewarding bad behavior. Are you with me here? You don't reward bad behavior. In fact, you check bad behavior and you reward good behavior. So when somebody does something well, notice that. Hey, you did a good job. You have a great attitude. Reward them. But when somebody has a bad behavior, you need to correct and rebuke them. Don't reward bad behavior. Don't encourage someone when they are doing something wrong, when they have a bad behavior. And that's why many people, they take that bad behavior into their adulthood. So even in their adulthood, they're still banging doors and throwing tantrums and getting into fits of rage. Why? Because nobody ever corrected them in the foundational years. We did not know how to deal with this issue of conflict in this person's life, and as a result, it escalated. So that's why it's so important for us to know when to apply rebuke and when to apply rewards. When you see somebody behaving like that, husband, wife, child, neighbor, friend, and they throw a tantrum on you and they throw a fit of rage on you, they'll say, Sigina, okay, let's give them what they want so that they'll stop that. No, it doesn't help. They'll only be, hey, I realize that bad behavior gets me what I want. Are you with me here? If I behave like that, Daddy will give me what I want. If I behave like that, my husband will give me what I want. If I behave like that, my wife will give me what I want. If I behave like that, my friend will give me what I want. So you're not doing any justice to the person. When you constantly give them a pat on the back and a nice word when they continue in bad behavior. When you stand there and smile. Do you know smile is a reward? Are you with me here? Someone does something bad and you smile. Okay lang. It doesn't help them. The thumbs up, the smile only tells them, hey, it's okay with me. Go ahead. But rather, the Bible tells us that if you really love someone, then you will be someone who tells them the truth and often is willing to take the chance in rebuking them. That is a true friend. And so if we are going to be people who are excellent and skillful in dealing with conflict, then we need to step out of our comfort zone. It's true. Not everybody will listen to your rebuke. Doesn't matter. You need to practice and develop a culture of truth-telling in society today. We look at the world, we look at this country, we look at the culture we live in. Why is all of this bad behavior practiced? Why is all of this bad behavior seem to go unnoticed and unchecked in the country, in the society, in families, that people could get away and continue to do it? We always grumble about the jeepneys, right? Are you with me here? You have the same problem as I do. I often complain about the jeepneys in the country. Why? Because they would always stop in the middle of the road and cause traffic, right? And we always wonder, we always grumble and murmur, oh, these jeepneys are always stopping in the middle of the road, always causing traffic. And everybody complains and murmurs inside their car, but nobody ever deals with the issue, with the conflict. Nobody ever takes some proper action towards the problem. So it will just continue to foster, continue to go on until somebody says, hey, this is wrong, needs to be addressed, this problem needs to be fixed. For there to be change, we need to be able to deal with conflict.